Good morning, friends. I'm Chris from Worthington Home. I cannot tell you how beautiful the weather is. It's such a mild morning. I love it. I'm headed to the post office. You can see all of the boxes and things behind me. I have some things to drop off for eBay. And then I think I'm going to head over to Clinton, Connecticut. I've never been to that Goodwill, and there's also an antique center that I have been meaning to check out for months. I've been there before, but not for a really long time. I think we're past due. Let's go. Clinton is about a 40-minute or so drive, and I don't mind it at all because this weather is gorgeous. There are some pretty bedspreads today. I like this navy blue one. It's very kind of classic. $19.99 is more than I'm gonna pay for it. Let's see. Damask by Charter Club. I really like this blanket as well. I especially like the houndstooth inside. This was Martha Stewart, made for Macy's. It's really nice, $12.99. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm checking out this interesting rug. I like how textural it is, and it's got really nice colors. I'm trying to see who made this. Goodweave, don't know them. $15.99 for this rug. I've just laid it out so I can carefully inspect the rug for any damage, especially because it's such a light color. Damage would really pop, but it looks like it's in really nice condition. Oh my gosh, I need an intervention right now. I need a lamp intervention right now. Oh my gosh, I love this lamp so much and I really want to buy it. But it's $14.99 and it's missing its harp and it doesn't have a shade. And I think I just can't make the profit I need to on this beauty. If I could use it, I would take it, but I'm going to leave it. These plates are very pretty. $3.99 for the stack is a great price. These are Castleton china, made in the USA. I'm curious about these yellow plates with the pink flowers. They are super cheerful. These are Charlotte, made in China. They're very pretty. I'm getting a closer look at this stack of plates for $7.99. I like the pattern on these a lot. These are Corelle, not always great sellers, but this pattern seems like it is a good one. I really like this deviled egg plate, especially the roosters on this. Does anybody else love deviled eggs? They last about 5 seconds flat in my house. This is a pretty platter, but I'm not gonna pick it up today. This is a very pretty piece of porcelain. This is Haviland and was made for some company in Boston. It's gorgeous, but for $5.99, I just can't do it. This mouse is adorable. Unfortunately, she's missing some kind of object that was in her left hand originally. $2.99. If it wasn't for that, I would be tempted by her because she is cute. Oh dear, we have an amputee on a scooter. This poor thing. I bet she was really cute before she lost her arm. $2.99. I'll put her back. Here's an interesting stack of toll platters. They're an option. This is a beautiful Victorian chair. It has an upholstery problem, definitely ripped. That could be upholstered. Reupholstering is not cheap. I actually know how to do it on a chair this basic, but in all fairness, I am not looking for a project right now. There's a tag here, but not sure what the price is on this. I'm gonna leave it in any case, but it's beautiful. This puppy picture is so cute. They want $7.99 for it. I don't think it's very old, so I'm not gonna pick it up. Just wondering what the back looks like. Made in the USA. Yeah, it's really cute and it's tempting me, but I think it's not quite giving off the vintage vibe I'm looking for. Well, that was really fun and I found quite a few things, and now we're headed off to another place. I just arrived at Clinton Antique Center and it is so intriguing even from the outside. Look at all of these interesting things. I'm just gonna sneak through this path to the door, trying not to get too distracted so I can see what's inside. I like this chicken framed wall art for $45. That's really cute. I love silkies especially. And this is so interesting. I'm trying to figure out what exactly this is. Let's see. Paper cutting, little boy lion and the lamb, $40. That's a great piece. I want to show you around this store just a little bit so you can get a sense of it. And here is some Roseville pottery. Roseville is never very cheap in my experience, but it's fun to look at and they have some nice ones. Here's another look at the store so you can see how full it is of fabulous things. Just taking a walk through these aisles, it's hard to even know where to start. There's some cool things in this case. There's lots of glass cases, in fact, as well as booths, so a little bit of everything, which is always good. This is a lovely handled platter. I love the colors. $18 is a fantastic price. So if there's anybody who collects this, you'll want to come find this platter. This was made by Masons in England. It is a beauty. This is an adorable souvenir cup. Oh, it's so, so pretty. Clara, I think that name's Clara R. Dunn, maybe? 1893. $35 for this adorable cup. I love to look at old photographs, and this one is very old. This was taken in New Haven, Connecticut, my old stomping ground. Those little girls are adorable, and you know somebody handmade those pretty dresses. What a sweet picture. $3 for that. Here's a little bit of framed advertising. That child with the dog is very sweet. $25 for this framed wall art. I'm obsessed with this Mary Gregory glass. $45 each is more than I'm going to pay for it today, but they are so cute and would look beautiful together. This is an interesting pottery pitcher. I love the colors on this. This was made by Salmon Falls in New Hampshire. It is a really nice one. Just want to see the tag. $65. Gorgeous. This is a very pretty vase as well. I love the pattern on this. This all looks hand painted, very elaborate. $35 for this vase. However, this booth is having a 50% off sale, so that brings the price down quite a bit. Still not low enough for resale, but it's fun just to look at it. I want to get a closer look at this beautiful cobalt blue bowl. This is a stunning piece. I could just imagine this being a showstopper in somebody's dining room. Oh my goodness, love it. And this is a fabulous covered jar. This was made by Wedgwood. They want $30 for this. I absolutely love the fruit theme. This is so fabulous. I am thinking about Chateau Lalande and all of the peacock friends they have there. $50 for this fabulous server. Very eye-catching. And then there's this really pretty green glass plate behind it for $25. They look nice together in a grouping like this. These are Little Alice in Wonderland figurines, and they are adorable lined up the way this dealer has them. $10 for Alice and her friends, $10 each. She is so precious. Beswick Made in England Royal Doulton. Fabulous set. This is a charming figurine. It is a signet made by Bohem, I think. I am not familiar with that company. Made in the USA. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Let me know if you know about this company. It's a first for me. These are so interesting. There's a whole collection of these quill work framed art pieces, and they have such unique colors and really lots of pretty detail in them. I'm gonna move these copper cups so I can get a better look at this pheasant platter. It's $82. It has such a great look. It's so autumnal. I'm wondering who made this piece. Let's see. Autumn Cornucopia Andrea by Sedek, made in 1992. That is a really lovely platter. Little bit of Portmeirion showing. This is flaring up my Portmeirion post-traumatic stress disorder from our catastrophe the other day, but I'll get over it. All right, I'm headed out and I'm trying not to get distracted on my way out, but I will take a look at this little box with the hunting scene. Adorable. This was very tempting. $89 for this, but somebody has chewed the corner. All right, we're heading out for real this time. I'm not turning back. I'm going to the car. Great stop. That was such a fun morning. I cannot wait to get home so I can show you my finds. I had such a fun day thrifting in Clinton, Connecticut this morning. It was a little bit of a last minute decision. I really felt like I should have stayed home. I had lots of work to do, lots of paperwork, editing, eBay listing, all the usual things. But somehow that voice in my head that said, go thrifting, it just won the day. Sometimes it does that. And I have to say, it was fun to go somewhere different because I had never been thrifting at the Goodwill in Clinton before. And it was a really nice store. It was very clean, very organized, very crowded. And I found a few interesting things. So in no particular order, I will show you this set of dishes that I picked up. I have not picked up a set of dishes in a while, it seems, but these were a nice price and the sell-through rate seemed to be pretty good. So I picked up a big stack. This is 10 of these dinner plates. I'm gonna open these up so you can really see them. They were $5.99 for the group. And they have the most beautiful color. These would just look so beautiful on somebody's table. And there is a lot of saran wrap holding them together. So here we go. I'm just gonna pile it up so the cats don't try to eat this because that would be oh so bad. Okay, there we go. Here is a close-up of the pretty pattern on this dish. I think it's really lovely. I love the gray and blue details and the gold rim. Here is a good look at the back stamp as well. So I comped these out and they did seem to have a good sell-through rate. It's hard to say sell-through rate if you say it really fast. So I thought those were a good find. So $5.99 for the dinner plates. Then I picked up a stack of salad plates that were $3.99. So also in nice shape, same maker, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. 6 of these. And then unfortunately, only 3 soup bowls, but I decided to pick them up for $3.99. There were some cups and saucers, and there were also some bread plates, and I decided, oh, Indy. Indy's trying to eat the camera. He's right behind the tripod and clearly very hungry. I decided to leave those behind just because teacups and saucers are slow to sell. Bread plates can also be slow to sell. So I figured I'll leave those for somebody else. But I was really happy to find these gorgeous plates. So I will be selling those on my eBay store. Then I picked up something I wasn't entirely sure about, but I figured I would go for it. Actually, I think this might have even been, now that I think about it, I think this was half off. So I picked up this big stack of Corelle plates. Now, Corelle is a dodgy seller. People like to pick it up for like 5 cents and not much more. However, this pattern comped really well. And this is another really nice stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. I really do like the pattern. It's called, I don't know what it's called, but it is definitely Corelle. And I thought I paid $7.99, but now I'm realizing that it was half off. So if I had known that, I wouldn't have questioned it so much. But yeah, Corelle is, I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's very vintage. I think it's very retro, and God knows you cannot break it. It's very hard to break it or chip it or anything like that, which is why it was such a big deal when I was growing up. When I was growing up, everybody had Corelle plates. You never saw any other kind. But I think that grouping will be a nice seller. At least I hope so. So I will be listing those on my eBay store. Let's take a minute and talk about Corelle. Introduced in 1970 by Corning Glassworks, Corelle revolutionized dinnerware with its lightweight, durable, and shatter-resistant design, something our grandmothers probably appreciated when dealing with clumsy hands at the dinner table. Corelle is all about the Vitrel glass technology, a 3-layered construction with a thick, opaque white core sandwiched between 2 protective layers of clear glass. This formula makes Corelle incredibly strong while keeping it light as a feather. Unlike the heavy dinnerware of the past that had many different pieces, Corelle came in compact prepackaged sets, just the essentials, making it perfect for modern households. Corelle marketing compared their product to China with the slogan, "Looks, feels, and rings like China." But let's be real, if you've ever done a side-by-side feel test with a delicate Limoges plate, you would definitely disagree. Still, Corelle was a hit with 35% of US households owning a set by the late 1980s. With over 50 plus beloved patterns, Corelle stayed on trend over the decades, frequently selling out and even landing on a back order. One of the original designs, Butterfly Gold from 1970, holds a special place in my heart. It's what my grandmother used for years. And let's not forget Spring Blossom, another fan favorite. Many Corelle patterns matched Corningware cookware and Pyrex because they were all made by Corning Glassworks, allowing collectors to build coordinated kitchen sets. But in 1998, Corning sold its household division. Today, Corelle is still being produced, but the name is Corelle Brands. I discovered that there's a Corning Museum of Glass in Corning, New York that features special exhibits on this classic brand and others. I would love to check it out someday. It's on my list. So the next thing I picked up, again, I went kind of back and forth on. I wasn't sure if it was a good thing, but ultimately I did decide to buy this stack of toll trays for $5.99. So if you're a long-term viewer of this channel, you might say to yourself, Chris, you love toll trays. Why would you hesitate to pick up a stack of them? And the reason is they're kind of a hard sell. They don't go like hotcakes at the store. And when I sell them on eBay, I have to kind of charge a lot for shipping because they usually require a very unconventional box size, which adds to the cost. However, these are much smaller than most of the usual ones I find. And I figured they could also be a lot of fun as I get ready to decorate the booth for spring and like for St. Patrick's Day. These are not all in great condition, but they do have very pretty patterns. So here are 2 of them. And then, here are 2, well, here is 1 more. And then the last 2 are in bad shape. I knew that already though. So this one is really, I'm going to just toss it because it's shot. And this one has a good bit of damage on it as well. But despite that, I still thought $5.99 for 3 toll trays that are in nice condition, not perfect condition. You can see there's a little bit of dinging here. Toll trays are so rarely in like absolutely pristine condition. You know, they're metal. And a lot of times there were liquids on them and sometimes the paint gets a little bit scratched up. But these 3 are really good. So I figured if it's $5.99 and I get 3 really good trays, even if I only use them for decorating for spring for the booth, I think there could be a value in that. And then there's no real pressure to sell them at high price points because I didn't pay that much for them. So I think they were a fun find, and I'm glad I picked them up. Now I have to tell you what almost killed me dead. I showed you the footage. There was the most stunning lamp. Ugh. It was so beautiful. It was so interesting. It was so different. I really liked it. But they wanted, I think they wanted $12.99 for it. There was no shade and there wasn't even a harp. And I just picked up 2 lamps that don't have matching shades, and I have a fair few lamps now in my inventory. I didn't have a space for this lamp in my own house, so I left it there. It was really hard to leave it there. I just hope somebody will find it who loves it, who can use it, who will put all the necessary parts back on, the harp and the shade, and make it really pristine and make it a nice accent piece in somebody's house. I just couldn't do another project piece and I wasn't gonna take a chance on it, but it was a really good one. And definitely if I had a space for it in my house, I would have grabbed it regardless. So I guess I'll just have to live with it. That lamp will haunt my dreams. I also want to tell you, I have a few things that I purchased that I'm not going to show you because Valentine's Day is coming up and Eric's birthday is coming up in February. And so I picked up a couple of things for him that I was extremely happy with. So can't show them because he watches these videos, but good finds. I was very pleased. And those are safely tucked away where he can't find them or stumble upon them by accident. Just need to keep them safe for a few more days. I think I can manage that. Oh, and Indy's here. There he is. Say hi. He has been very snuggly since I got home. I was upstairs doing some work and he followed me up there. I'm down here and he came down and he's on my lap. When he gets his snuggles on, there's no stopping this guy. He is a cutie pie. For the longest time, he was just spending a lot of time downstairs. He is so proud of his trick of opening up the basement door to come and go as he pleases. He definitely feels like he's the man. And so since he did that, he was spending so much time in the basement, I felt like he was gone. But lately, he's been sort of dividing his time between the basement and the rest of the house, and I've been getting more indie attention. And I'm very glad for it because he's my little friend. So now he's at my feet, so I can show you the next thing I bought. This, aside from the things I found for Eric, this is my favorite thing that I bought, and of course, I'm keeping it. So I picked up this very large runner that is the perfect color combination for my second floor hallway. And right now I have 2 sisal rugs up there, and they look very nice, but they are extremely uncomfortable under your bare feet. And while that doesn't bother me much because I never use that hallway in the morning, it isn't so pleasant for Zach because he does when he's home. So I think he will be excited to have something a little softer, and I love the pattern on this. It's in really good shape. So in a few minutes, I will show you how this looks in the hallway. So this is the current rug situation on the second floor in the hallway. These are sisal. You can see there's the long runner and then there's the shorter rug that the bench is on. And I think it looks nice. It's not super exciting. I think it looks nice, but it's just very scratchy and unpleasant underfoot. Here's the new rug just kind of layered over the old one. And I don't think I would keep it layered like this. I'm just being lazy and not taking the old one up. I don't know if maybe this is just too short. What do you think? Excuse the creaking. These floors are very old and creaky. This is an original part of the house. So yeah, I like the color. I think it looks really nice with the color on the wallpaper. So there's the wallpaper, just so you have a sense. I think it picks up the right colors, and I do like that it's nice and soft. Again, just not sure if it's too short. Here's the other part of the room. Let me show you from the other side. Yeah, maybe too short. You know, who am I kidding though? We really can't tell for sure until we take the other rug up. So why don't I stop procrastinating and just do that? And then I'm hoping you can give me some advice. Hang on a second. Okay, I just changed it out. I think that gives us a better sense, and I don't have this exactly centered. And it would for sure need a rug pad under it if I did keep it. But I do love the pattern. I do love the colors, and it is much softer. Let me show you from this side. Okay, friends, I need some advice. Yay or nay? Please let me know. I could also just move it up a little bit more on top so there's not such a wide gap. Or conversely, I could pull the other rug down closer to it. Maybe I'll try that. Okay, I just moved the other rug so there's not such a big gap. And actually that's better anyway because now those little plant stands aren't sitting on the rug, which was making them a little unsteady. I'm not keeping these lamps, by the way. I thrifted those a while back and just haven't changed them out. But let me not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. The real question here is the rug. Do you think I should keep it? Yes or no? I could use your help. My last Goodwill find for the morning was this beautiful blue cardigan sweater that I love. It's great colors and it's so soft. It feels like a blanket. This was made by Loft and it's a large, that nice oversized slouchy cardigan feel that I love. And at first I wasn't gonna get it because the size was $12.99, but then it was half off. And at half off, I thought we can make that work. So I wanna try this on for you so you can see how pretty it is. I think I'm gonna live in this, being the hardcore cardigan girl that I am. So here, oh, it is so soft. It is so soft. So here it is. You can see the nice knit of this. It's got a nice pattern to it. It is so soft. I think you could probably even imagine how soft this is just from looking at the camera. Yeah, and it's nice because it doesn't have any like weird smells or any bizarre issues of any kind. So I'm gonna throw this in the wash and I think it will be good to go. So I was very pleased. I've been having a little bit of sweater success lately at the various Goodwills I've been going to. Let's hope it continues. So after my Goodwill jaunt, I decided to head over to Clinton Antique Center. I have been there before, but it had been such a long time. I thought I should go there again. And a while ago, actually, I think it was even this summer, a viewer of this channel had reached out to me to say that I should go check it out and that a friend of hers had a booth. And actually, that friend even had an item I probably would have bought if I had gone there. It was Savin Rock related, and I love Savin Rock memorabilia. But at the time, I was so crazy busy. I just couldn't make my way over. It's about 45-ish minute drive. It seems like everything in Connecticut is about 45 minutes, and that's because the town I live in is really like smack dead center in the state. But yeah, a bit of a drive, and I just don't find myself out in that general direction all that often. So I never made it. I missed the item that, again, I'm sure I would have bought if I could have made it over there. But better late than never. And I had a fantastic time picking through that place. It's like so many of the places that I go to. It looks small on the outside, and it is in no way small. It's a really big size. Lots of glass cases, lots of individual booths, lots of variety in terms of the merchandise. There were a few things in cases that I wanted to see, and I didn't even have to go up to the cash register because there was somebody just sort of circulating who was really quick to open up cases and help me and to let me know that he was still there if I needed anything else. So nice customer service. There were lots of people in the place, which was nice to see. And it sounded like a lot of those people were regulars, judging from the conversations I was overhearing. So yes, it took me quite a while to get through there because there was so much to see and I didn't want to miss anything. And I also noticed that a lot of the booths were having either 25% off sales or 50% off sales. So if you like antiquing, you might want to head over while some of these sales are taking place. But even if you don't, I mean, I think it would be a fun stop anytime. And there's lots of restaurants and coffee places and all sorts of things in that general neighborhood in Clinton, Connecticut. So I would definitely encourage you to check it out if you find yourself in that neck of the woods, or even if you're not and you're looking to take a little drive and just to have something fun to do for the day. I will warn you that part of the state gets really busy and jammed up in the summer months though. So just keep that in mind. So I didn't end up buying anything at Clinton Antique Center today. I was tempted by lots of things, but ultimately nothing made its way home with me. I didn't find anything to resell. I was not expecting to find anything to resell. I mean, honestly, there were even a couple of things that I could have, but it wouldn't have been enough profit to make it worth my time. And it was really just fun to look. I love antique stores so much. I do spend a lot of time at places like Goodwill, but it's really fun to see a more curated space, and I particularly enjoy seeing some true antiques and not just vintage. I love vintage, but it's nice to see some older, more unique pieces as well. And as I said, Clinton Antique Center had a really nice range. Definitely a place that has something for everyone. So be sure to check it out. I'm getting ready to say goodbye to the old Hutch. It will be leaving us. I really enjoyed this, but it doesn't have doors on it. And Eric offered to make doors, but I thought it just made sense to get a new one. Well, a new old one, new to me one, let's put it that way. That way I'll have more storage. This one is actually not as big as I would like, and the bottom section doesn't hold as much as I would like. So I thought, you know what, let's focus our efforts on adding doors to the shelves near the sink. That was a built-in piece. We got this for free on Facebook Marketplace. It owes us nothing. So I can't wait to get the new one in place. And of course, I will show you the moment it arrives. I'm going to back up and take you through my decision-making process so you know how I landed with the Hutch that is coming to me. And to start off, I did what I always do when I need a very specific piece of furniture and I don't want to buy something new. And that is, I go to Facebook Marketplace. And right off the bat, I saw a few Hutches that I really liked, or I guess you would really call them china cabinets because they've got the doors. But I really liked this yellow one because my kitchen is yellow. This one is only $150. It has a lot of storage, and I like how much glass there is so I can show off all of the things I love to display. I also really like this green one, although if I picked this one, it would need to be painted from the inside out because it doesn't match my current kitchen colors. And that's okay. I don't mind painting a piece. I painted the last Hutch I had. Actually, I painted it twice. So that's not so much a problem. I would say I don't love how boxy it is on the bottom, although that too doesn't necessarily rule it out. It's $350, so quite a bit more from the first one I showed. I love this one. This is such a beauty. It's $400, which is a lot, and eyeballing this and checking the dimensions on it, I can see this would be very large in the kitchen. I think larger than the kitchen can realistically accommodate. On the other hand, this white one is really nice, and I like how much glass there is to show off all of the things I want to see. However, it looks very narrow in terms of width, and so I really question whether I'll be able to put like all of my Pyrex casseroles and some of my baskets and other kinds of things I like to have at hand on a daily basis. Will this be enough storage? I am questioning that for sure. This guy just has a great look. I don't know what it is about this. It's not what I had in mind at all, but I think it's really interesting. Now, it's definitely very boxy. I don't know if I want drawers on the bottom instead of just regular shelves and doors that open out, but it has a great look, and so I'm not going to rule it out because sometimes the things we end up liking the best are the things we didn't originally envision. That was a lot of babbling from me, and I'm wondering if, based on all of that information, you could determine which one I went with. I had a very clear favorite in the end. Eric agreed. We went to see this particular piece. We loved it. We bought it. Can you guess which one? The suspense is over. We went with the first one. And I think what really sealed it for me especially was that it had so much storage. It has all of the glass doors so we can see through to all of my display pieces. It has nice big cupboards on the bottom so I can store away the things I need. I love that it had some drawers where I could have linens and other serving pieces. I like that it had feet. The yellow matches the kitchen. It ticks all of the boxes, and at $150, it was definitely a good deal. I'm emptying out the bottom part of the hutch before it's taken out of the kitchen so that when help arrives, they don't have to wait for me to do it. I'm already prepared, everything's put away, and this hutch can move on to its next destination, which is going to be the barn temporarily until we sell it. Eric is moving out the old hutch with the assistance of our two very handsome nephews. They're both in high school right now. They've spent the day assisting with an estate clean out, so we are incredibly grateful for all their help today. Here's the debris field from what was behind the hutch. That's pretty disgusting. I'd better get the dustpan and broom out. Well, that's better. Everything is nice and clean, and this is where the new piece will go. I am not loving that these candle sconces are here. These are hardwired into the wall. These have bothered me for a while now. They're very nice looking, but I don't like things that are hardwired like this as a general rule because it limits my ability to change up the room when I feel like it. And if you watch this channel, you will know that I often feel like it. So Eric will eventually take these down. We might have to just deal with them for now, but that's okay. Eric and I actually moved the hutch from the person's house we bought it from into his truck and got it to the barn. But I can tell you, I am not as strong as I used to be. So I'm awfully glad that we have young, strong helpers to get this thing in the house. I don't think I could have done it, to be honest with you. There's just too many stairs, too many narrow doorways, and it just wasn't worth it. Here they come now. I can see that the new hutch has been taken out of the barn and they're getting ready to bring it into the house. Oh my goodness, I hope it looks as good as I think it's gonna look. Here comes part one. So they've got the base in. Let's see how it looks. Pretty good. And now they're bringing in the top part. The top part is so heavy. Fortunately, the doors are taped closed so we don't have any damage. I'm dying to see how this looks. And here it goes. Oh my gosh. This is a good one. Well, of course, the cats are incredibly curious about this new addition to our kitchen, so they're doing a little bit of exploration, and they also, of course, want to play with our nephews. I just had the doors open so I could wash the inside of this piece. And of course, the minute I turned my back, the cats were all up in it. So I figured they might as well have their chance to check it out while the doors are open. My intention is that these doors will always be closed. And so it's kind of ironic to see Iris sitting in here since she was the inspiration for this whole project. I hope you enjoyed seeing the newest addition to our kitchen decor. I can't wait to style it with you, but that will be in the next video, so stay tuned. Please take a moment to like this video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and above all, have a great day. See you next time.